Hello everyone. A typewriter looks very simple. You press a button, there are some levers, and the letters appears on the paper. So the typewriter has a reassuring aspect. But there is still something that your typewriter keeps hidden, even if it's right before your eyes. Maybe you already know all the following tips, and you could not be interested. But at the end of the video there is a cat, so you can still see the video if you love cats. 1. When you use a typewriter, sometimes it happens that two typing bars get stuck, and you have to stop typing and unstuck the bars with your hand. But in some typewriters, often the office typewriters, you can unstick these bars using the margin release button. Try it, it's fun. 2. When you have to change the ribbon, there is often the problem that it's difficult to keep the ribbon up. It's very useful to switch the color to red and jam two bars together. This will lock the ribbon fork in the raised position, making it easier to change the ribbon. 3. In almost all the typewriters there is this plate. Usually people think it's used to avoid the paper getting wrapped up in the roller, and could be true. But its name is erasing plate, and it's used to do corrections and annotations on the paper when you write. After you made an error, you raise the paper in correspondence to the erasing plate. You move the carriage of the typewriter to one side, so when you do the correction, the dirty doesn't fall in the mechanism of the typewriter, which in the long run would jam them. You do the correction and come back to the writing line. 4. Sometimes in the paper guide there are some holes. The reason is to use these holes to insert a pen and draw lines, both vertical and horizontal. 5. Usually on the right there are a lever and a button that apparently have the same function. They both release the interline gear, so to move freely the roller between lines. Do you see? But there is a difference between the two. With the lever you can move between the lines and, after writing in the desired position, you can return on the line setting you had before. Maybe you have to write a date in a form, then you have to come back to the same writing line. With the button you change the line setting, and you cannot return to the previous setting of lines. So you change permanently the writing line. 6. If you use a unicolor ribbon on a typewriter with a bicolor selector and keep the same color selected, the typing bars will hit only the upper part of the ribbon. So it's convenient to reverse the ribbon once it gets used. Otherwise, you will use only the upper part and waste the lower part that is still inked. Or if there is the selector, you can select the red and use the ribbon without reversing it. 7. In some typewriters, in the back of the carriage, there are some numbers and symbols. It's not a decoration. You can use it to center the paper in the carriage. It is necessary that there is the same number or symbol on both sides. Do you see? The paper is centered. 8. Sometimes there are two rows of numbers on the paper hold-down bar. They are used to center the title on a sheet of paper in relation to the margins. First, you must move the carriage to the 0 on the bar. Then, with the space bar, you type a number of characters equal to the letters and spaces of the title you want to center. Read the number indicated in the white part of the bar. Move the carriage until you find the same number on the numbered paper hold down bar, the black one. Then you write the title, which is centered. 9. This is considered the paper support, and it is. But sometimes there are some numbers on it. Actually, it's also the end of sheet indicator. Its scale should be adjusted to the size of the paper used. Then it indicates how many lines there are before the end of paper. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. End of sheet. 10. In some office typewriters, mainly Olivetti, there are some mysterious numbers on the right knob. Also these are not decorations, but it's an end of sheet of paper indicator. For example, if you have a 29 cm or 11-inch sheet of paper, you can align the top of the sheet with these marks on the paper guide. Then you push inward the mobile part of the knob and turn it until the reference mark on the cover of the roller comes opposite to the appropriate page length mark on the knob. In this case, it's position 4, indicating a length of the paper of 29 cm or 11 inch. When the last part of the paper comes onto the platen, you start watching the numbers on the knob. The number against the indication marks indicates how many lines remains available for typing. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. End of page. So next time you see a typewriter, don't trust it. It looks innocent, but it can hide many other secrets you don't know about. Be careful at night if you have a typewriter in your house. Now, as promised, there is the cat.
Che assurdità.